We'll move over to the movie cam, and here we go. Good old American International. I've never understood, is it American or is it international?
A few weeks ago, Riverdale, Illinois was just another quiet small town.
Riverdale?
Then on that Saturday shortly after midnight, a living nightmare began.
Wow. What's going on? Wow, that was a bit extreme. The Brain Eaters. You know, to coin a phrase that escalated quickly. Starring nobody. Joanna Lee. Joanna Lee. That's why I picked this movie. She's the woman who played Tana in Plan 9 from Outer Space. My favorite character in Plan 9. The one I always called Janet. Yeah, I see what you mean, Carissa. Yeah, it's the expense that you always forget about. Yeah, I agree. Music by Tom Johnson. The music's pretty good. Produced by Edwin Nelson. Oh, the guy who starred. Directed by Bruno Vasoda. So the guy who starred in the movie is the producer. That's never a good sign.
On Sunday, about an hour before nightfall, my fiancée and I were returning from a trip to her family's home in the country. Our wedding date was set.
Okay.
Everything was right with the world. We were on the way back to town to tell the good news to my father.
Wait, what? Was that giant explosion the car just conking out? Is that... What happened? Wait, what's going on? Are we missing something here? What? Yeah, this is bad editing. What's going on? Okay, dead animals.
All of them. Dead.
Yeah, Chris, you're right. It's just shifting from scene to scene, just cutting scene to scene. This tragic music. What?
What is it?
I don't know.
Look at the crazy shirt collar on this guy. Yeah, what?
48 hours later,
Oh,
in
that's
Washington,
artsy
a hastily
fade.
summoned UFO committee anxiously awaited to see a special screening of top-secret Army films. Delaying the proceedings was the late arrival of Senator Walter K. Powers.
All right, Garrett, let's go. Lights.
Camera.
A ravine 6 miles south of the town of Riverdale, Illinois. 48 hours ago, discovery was made of a great cone-shaped object. The cone stands 50 feet high, has a base diameter of 50
Oh,
feet.
okay.
The nature of the cone, undetermined.
Wow, I had no idea it was so big.
Unknown. Efforts made to determine the composition of the cone by Dr. Paul Kettering, principal scientist for Project Damper, have proven futile. The surface of the cone has a total resistance to pressure, heat, acid.
Total resistance.
Coincidental with the discovery of the cone is the brutal slaying of several of the town's leading citizens. Townspeople questioned provided stories of strange sightings on or about the time of the discovery of the cone. One report cited the appearance of a fiery horse-drawn chariot in the sky. All reports inconclusive.
Fiery horse-drawn chariot? What?
As of this report, the origin and the nature of the cone remain unknown.
Lights.
Camera. I can't resist.
I don't know whether you gentlemen are aware of it, but on directive from the executive branch, I've been given a free hand in the matter of this ship. I want some action. I have the people's interests at heart, but I will not have my hands bound by lack of all the facts. Dan,
Yeah, because my hands are in my
call the
pockets.
hotel and tell them to pack our things. Then call the airport and charter a plane. We're heading for that little town of Riverdale. I want to see this thing firsthand.
Riverdale. Yeah, I will not use my hands in this scene, right?
Say that Walter K. Powers will not tolerate departmental interference. That if that spaceship film has been doctored in any way, he stands in a very shaky position. Lay it on thick. I want him to keep so busy cleaning out his own closet that he won't find time to get in my way out there at that ship.
I'll use the old investigation threat. That always works.
Good.
Wow.
Garrett! Garrett, I'm going to poke so many holes in that spaceship fairy tale, the lid'll be off in 24 hours.
Oh, this is some terrible acting. Can you all hear the dialogue? The music is so loud, and then the dialogue is so quiet.
Washington had wired ahead that Walter K. Powers was to arrive in Riverdale to take charge of the spaceship investigation.
Walter K. Powers.
Powers had requested that there be no publicity whatsoever.
Mr. Powers? Yes. Dan Walker. How are you? Where's the mayor?
Oh, he's not here, Mr. Powers. I'm his son, Glenn Cameron.
We wired ahead. Why isn't he here?
Well, we've had some disturbing developments here in town, Mr. Powers. As of last night, we've got 3 murders in our hands.
The mayor?
No, at least we're hoping against it. He's disappeared, though. There's no word of any kind.
Sounds to me like the Department of Law Enforcement has an abundant supply of bunglers. Do I have transportation?
An abundant
All right,
supply
let's get out
of
to that ship
bunglers.
or cone or whatever it is.
An abundant supply of bunglers. I like that. Oh. Oh, I like this effect. I like this glowing orb effect. I mean, it's easy to achieve, but it still looks great.
Entering the restricted ravine area, I had the feeling that we were being watched, although there wasn't a soul around. The sheriff had instructed his men to keep the woods clear of curiosity seekers. Every precaution was being taken to safeguard scientific equipment and the scientists whose work had to continue unhampered.
I must have seen parts of this movie before.
Dad's secretary. She's
'Cause
helping
this
Dr.
looks
Kettering with his
familiar.
paperwork. Alice? Mr. Walter K. Powers?
All right.
Dan Walker.
There she is. There's Janet.
How's it coming along?
Well, Dr. Kettering's all set to go inside the cone.
You mean no one's been inside yet? What's the holdup?
System, Mr. Powers. That thing may have dangers we don't know of.
Did Kettering come down from up there?
Well, he and Dr. Weiler were making a test just now.
What kind of test?
A sonic test. They're sending sound impulses into the tunneling to determine its length.
I'm going up there.
Mr. Powers, Dr. Kettering may not like that.
Dr. Kettering?
You must be Walter K. Powers. I'm Dr. Weiler.
I can see that.
I can see that.
What's the matter with him? Is he hard of hearing?
Did Walter K. Powers
7 ratio, test negative.
did Walter K. Powers grow a mustache since he left Washington?
Yeah, hello, Powers. I'm Paul Kettering.
You know I'm here. I want action.
Good.
I want action.
We can use some. So far, our batting average is 0.
Not quite 0. I understand this ship had some kind of marking.
I see something on his lip.
They were destroyed.
That's impossible.
Oh, this guy.
First, let me say, we haven't determined whether it is a ship.
We've seen this actor
That's
plenty
right,
of times in these bad movies.
Before a single hand touched that cone, it was photographed from every conceivable angle. Black and white, color, still, motion picture, spectrographs. Everything's open to your inspection.
Who took these photographs?
My staff and I. Look, this thing is indestructible. To remove any markings, you'd have to alter the surface. And that, Mr. Powers, is impossible.
Nothing's indestructible. Give the wind enough time, and it can wear away a mountain.
Well, as you can see, not a mar. I've tried everything science knows of. Diamond bit drills, metal-eating acids, all with no success.
Where does that opening lead?
As yet, we don't know.
Ship has to have a control room, place for an engine of some kind, place for fuel, living quarters.
Yeah, well, since we can't determine what it's made of, you can scarcely expect anybody to know what its function is. Since we haven't found out what's on the other side of the metal by penetrating it, we can't find out what's down inside the tunneling. What's this?
Watch this. and then he. Whoa! Oh, cartoon sounds. Okay.
What's it mean?
It means the tunnel is cyclic.
Is what?
The point of origin becomes the point of return.
I can do without the double talk. I don't like to push you, Kettering. But you science
Yeah,
boys
he's got
get
a-
all wrapped up in your test tubes. And the obvious thing
He's got a pure white, pencil-thin
I have
mustache.
something to report. I want action, not theories. I want to know what's on the inside of that ship.
Well, I suppose now's as good a time as any.
Don't you think it wise to be armed?
This is the same guy. This Walter K. Powers from.
Come on now.
Hey, don't look at my butt.
What's really on the inside of that thing?
Yeah, this is the same guy who was making threats in Washington. Is that bullet still bouncing around in there? Is this supposed to be tense?
Dr. Weiler, it has been a long time. Could anything have gone wrong?
I don't know. How long has he been in there?
I'm eager to put on my purple spandex. Yep. That's what every good scientist needs is a gun.
Listen.
Wow.
Kettering, are you all right?
You didn't look at my butt, did you?
A little the worse for wear.
He he gets out and then straps his gun on.
Nothing. Nothing.
It's tunneling all the way through, spiral, like a toy railroad train, up and down over and over again.
Well, the thing has some purpose. What's it for?
I don't know.
This is electric dialogue. This is.
Hello?
Hello?
Hold the line. Glenn, it's the sheriff.
Yeah?
That's his dad, right?
The mayor's back.
Oh no, it was the mayor. His dad. Right. Whoa, what's going on here? Heart pills and oh. Wait, is this the mayor? Who is this? Yeah, he is having a bad day.
He's still up there. Let's go up. Hey, Ryan, stay put and keep your eyes open.
Let me alone. Let me alone.
Okay, gun goes back in the drawer.
Dad, are you all right? Dad, you had us worried. You left no word.
I left word with Alice. Alice, didn't you give him my message?
Mayor Cameron, you didn't say anything to me.
Oh, didn't I? I was sure I had.
Where you been all this time, Mayor?
Cameron, I'm Walter K. Powers, down from Washington. I'm here to keep this spaceship business in check. Don't you think you picked a very poor time to absence yourself from office? Washington is not running this town. I am.
Dad, Mr. Powers is only trying to help.
Are you siding against your father?
Wow.
Sorry, Dad, but you don't look well.
I feel fine.
You do look kind of pale, Mayor Cameron.
I'm not sure you're welcome in this town anymore, Dr. Kettering. Now, hold on, Cameron.
He barely got that line
I
out.
have to push my weight around, I will. Riverdale's not a republic.
Yeah, Walter K. Powers will
The
push
USA.
his weight
One
around.
telephone call from me and this town goes under martial law.
Oh,
Let's not make chaos. All of you, get out!
Mr. Powers, please wait. Dad, there is something the matter. What is it?
I said get out! And keep away from that door!
keep away from the door.
What's
Wow.
going on here?
What is that on the back of your neck, Mayor?
There's nothing on my neck.
I say there is.
I say there is.
Do you mind if I take a look at it?
Don't go near him.
Why don't you give the gun to Glenn? He's your son. Surely you trust him. All we want to do is help you.
Dad? May I have the gun?
Oh. Oh. Yeah, okay, bye. I don't think that security guard in the hallway would have shot the mayor that quickly.
Put that on his neck.
I just don't think he would have done that. Right. Oh shit, it's the mayor. Bam! I did like the way the mayor was... The way he was shooting the floor. He was just pulling the trigger spasmodically as he was stumbling. I liked that.
What did you find out?
Well, I want to wait and hear what the doctor has to say before I draw any conclusions.
You're so tired. You've got to get some rest.
I'm all right.
Well, what was it?
Well, we can't say yet. We'll know in a moment. Oh, it's all right, Doctor. Go ahead.
None of you should feel any sense of guilt about the mayor's death because of the shooting.
What do you mean?
He would have died anyway.
It works like this, Powers. That thing on the back of the mayor's
You shouldn't
neck
feel guilty
had
for...
two piercing instruments. They attach themselves to the central nervous system at the base of the neck. Now, we don't quite know how it worked, but when the thing was crushed and the instruments withdrawn, they secreted something in the form of an acid. And this acid destroyed the mayor's nervous
Yeah,
system.
light up, Doctor.
So without the shooting, death would have ensued in, well, what would you say, Doctor?
24 to 48 hours. Just enough time for the acid to do its work. You mean if there are any more of these things around, and they get on somebody's back, the person will live only so long as the thing is left untouched? That's it.
Because once this thing attaches itself to the victim's back,
Random close-up of the security
well, the
guard.
victim isn't human anymore. Are you going to tell the others about
Well, how does he know all this
Well,
already?
I have to tell them something. This is to be kept strictly confidential, Doctor. Will you make your report out that way?
I understand. If you need me, feel free to call upon me, will you?
I will,
He's a
thank you.
creepy doctor.
All right, we're sitting on a powder keg. Now, I want you to listen closely to everything I have to say and not repeat a word to anyone.
Yeah, he's just really good at what he does, yeah. Hello, everybody on Twitch.
24-hour duty. If anybody wants me, I'll be out at the cone.
We've got 3 people watching us on Twitch. Hello, everybody. Please say hello. Let us know who you are. And I'd like to know how you found us, too. We're raising money for 50th Street Studio. Donation link is in the chat and in the description. Oh! Who is this? Yeah, random McDude guy. So they have to subdue somebody and physically place the thing on the back of their neck. They can't just, it's not like insects that fly around and attach themselves. Okay. Yeah, they have to do it. So this is not like body snatchers. And of course Janet is the one who makes the coffee. Whoa!
This is a piece we got off the mare. Reflex action like a snake. Cut a snake in half and the 2 pieces go off in different directions.
How long can it do that?
What?
Oh, I see. Till the cellular structure begins to break down, I suppose.
We didn't even get a look at what he was doing.
Your hands are like ice. Why don't you get some rest? I can manage here alone. I'd feel less guilty if you did.
About the parasites.
Oh.
Think there many more of them?
Why don't you let me worry about that? Can't you get some rest?
I can't. I want to help.
All right, then, let's get back to work. In feeding, the mouth parts rupture the cells.
Okay, so
To the stomach by
the thing he was working on, he turned away from it. Hit it with something. And Janet's just standing there. Yeah, kill it with fire.
Hello?
Bad direction. Yeah, hand him the phone.
Kettering? Wyler, I've got an idea about this cone out here. I don't know why it didn't occur to me before. Yes, can you get out here right away?
Yeah, okay, I'll be right over.
I don't know why it didn't occur to me before. Put ice cream on it.
Well, let's come up with something. We'll have to pick up the others and go right over.
It didn't take Kettering long to round up the others.
Yeah, leave the
Once
burner
again, we
going.
were on the way to the restricted area. Weiler had come up with a new angle. Of course, we all hoped that it was a solution to the mystery of the spaceship. As we entered the woods, we discovered that the roadblock signs had been removed from the highway, and there wasn't a guard on duty. At least we didn't see one.
What is it? Look.
Are you thinking the same thing I am?
Hello! Hello!
Yeah. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Applebee's.
Rockets, those that are in the planning stage today, come in sections. That is to say, you have one section for control room and living quarters. Then you have two more fuel sections. As the fuel sections become needless, empty of fuel, they're cast off. Jettisoned. Simply dead weight.
Oh, okay.
Cone's a fuel section, is that it? We've been wasting our time.
This was a spent
Control
rocket.
section
Yeah.
someplace else. Maybe miles away.
Not miles away, simply out of space, floating perpetually.
Well, we know this is not an American project. This cone is a useless piece of junk. We're wasting our time here. So, it's come down to the parasites. What about it, Kettering?
Well, we can't handle it single-handed.
I didn't ask you. My job here is to help keep a damper on this thing. We don't want a nationwide panic in our hands. We got to keep this thing down to Russell. Now, just how much of a threat are they?
Well, some of this is fact and some of it is scientific hunch.
Give us a rundown and never mind pulling the punches.
All right. They're parasites. That means they need something or someone to live on. On their own, most parasites would die.
Well, they tried animals. Why didn't they settle on animals?
That's the rub. They wanted more than just life. They tried animals through ignorance. They didn't understand earthly forms. They didn't know which animal, including man, was best suited for this environment. So they experimented. Trial and error.
You mean they can think? They chose the mayor. That shows they can think.
These things take over a man's mind. He becomes a robot, a machine taking orders.
Except for one thing. It may not show on the outside. A victim may act normally.
Well, they haven't moved in on us in force yet. If we can find out where they're nesting, we may get the jump on them.
Robot, yeah.
There's another part of this
Robot.
ship.
I noticed
We've
that
got to
too.
find it. Glenn, this is your town. Draw up a map. Outline search zones. I'll call the sheriff and have him get his men organized.
What was he looking at? He was looking like he was like this. Phone's ringing. Phone's ringing. Which phone?
Can't reach the sheriff. No matter. This calls for the state militia. I'll wire the governor.
What about the folks in town? They'll know something's up if you call in the militia.
You have a local radio station, don't you? I'll arrange for the radio station to make an announcement. We're having a civil defense drill. Nothing to get excited about, just routine.
Well,
Nothing to get excited about.
It's not a good job, but it's a map.
You're not going to start a search now, are you?
Why not?
Oh, I just thought. Well, perhaps you're right.
Now, I thought we'd
What?
break up into three
What
groups.
the?
First thing, though, we ought to get the girls back into town.
What?
We're in on this, too. We'll search on our own if you won't take us.
I'm not going to stay in town all by myself.
Okay, I'll change it around.
The girls.
Kettering, you and Alice can take this area. Powers, Dan Walker and Weiler can cover this area. Elaine and I will work here. And I think we ought to agree. If anyone finds a trace of the other part of the ship, go to the city hall. We'll meet back there. Nobody should act on his own.
We'll need weapons.
We have them in our supplies.
All right, we've wasted enough time. Let's go.
Well, yeah, every good science kit, of course, rifles, pistols.
Paul, what if we should come upon something, this other part of the ship?
No funny business. We'll report back to the others.
No funny business, got it.
You scared?
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't.
I think we should have held up on this search.
Would you mind telling me why?
Because if there's another part of the ship, we do find it, we couldn't do very much about it, now could we? You don't talk very much, do you?
That's why he's my assistant. Now, you take parrots. They're great talkers. Lousy flyers.
What? What the hell was he talking about? Great talkers, lousy flyers? No, they're pretty darn good flyers. Here, just get a flashlight and walk off into the woods in a random spot. And they'll walk right up on a spaceship. What? What? Oh!
Power company man.
Is he?
It's like a quarter screen, yeah. Oh.
What you're hearing now is the cause of his death.
Ho ho ho.
The smartest thing for us to do is to get out of here.
Oh, a house. Somebody's house. Pull a gun.
The wind slammed it shut.
The wind? What do you mean wind?
It's locked from the outside.
How? What?
Glenn! Is somebody out there? I am breathing!
He's still breathing.
Something's burning. There's a fire! Something's burning! Glenn!
What is going on? What, did he almost pass out just listening to the doors? What was that all about? Whoa! Oh, ouch. Yeah, stick your face out there. Ow, ow, shards of glass in the crotch. Ow. This is bad. This is...
We've all had an object lesson on how not to conduct a search. I guess we'll call
No
a halt
kidding.
until in the morning. Powers, did you contact the governor on getting the state militia out here yet?
I had trouble getting the telegrapher out of bed, but he's on his way to the office now.
What are these doing in here?
What?
What?
These big glass jars.
Don't touch him!
Whoa! What? Whoa.
Unless I missed my bet, these jars are connected with the parasites.
How?
The mayor is the only person with one of these on him yet. On their own, the parasites can't move around from one place to the other rapidly. They just aren't made that way. They were going to have the mayor plant these jars where they would do the most harm. And in each jar, a parasite.
You've hit it on the head, Kettering. Now we know what to look for. Send that water.
He's just making stuff up. Yeah, let's watch the guy dial the phone.
This is Powers. Sorry to pull you out of bed. This is urgent. Urgent and confidential. Is that clear?
All right. What's the message? Governor Clinton, State Capitol.
Governor Clinton.
Governor Clinton, State Capitol.
Situation urgent. Phone me at once. Care Riverdale. Signed Walter K. Powers. Hello? Hello?
Yes, I'm still here. Have you got that message? Yes, I've got it. Situation
So he's had
urgent.
that office has had the same telephone for 50 years.
Signed, Walter K. Powers. That's right. I want that sent direct. It's already there.
Good. Thanks for getting out of bed. Good night.
Everything peaceful here. Spaceship, pure bunk.
Okay, who's this supposed to be? Oh, Dad Gamer. Thank you for coming in. How did you find us? Have you visited us before? Just poking around Twitch looking for non-gaming channels. Well, you found us. We're going to be watching bad movies for the next 12 hours. Raising money for 50th Street Studio. Please give us a follow. We're only I think four follows away from 100. Yeah, it'll be 12 hours of bad movies. Right now we're watching The Brain Eaters. We do some riffing, yeah. Yeah, as Chris says, it's hard not to. I like this effect of having a light bulb in a fishbowl. It works. Oh, handheld shot. This actually could have worked really well if they had done it right. They're not doing it right. Well, Janet, look out. Dad Gamer, the reason I picked this movie is because this woman right here played Tana, one of the aliens on Plan 9 from Outer Space. My favorite character in Plan 9. And I'd never seen this before. And I can see why, because it's not good. That was a bizarre handheld shot. Okay, her bed's empty now. I assume that means she got up. Yeah, there she is. Oh, nice backlit shot. We're more than halfway through the movie. It's only an hour-long movie. Excuse me. It's yeah, it's an hour-long movie. It's exactly an hour, and we're at 40 minutes now.
If they've got her, at least she's still alive. We'll find a way.
No, it can't be. If I kill that thing, that means that we have to kill her. And if we let it live, that means that she'll be a menace to everyone else.
Yeah, there is a lot of talking in this movie.
Where to now?
Out to the cone, where else?
That last scene, there was no dialogue at all. You noticed it was all RD handheld shots.
You may be right. When we got to the ravine, still another mystery greeted.
And now there's narration.
Dr. Weiler and the others had discovered a dying man who presumably came from inside the spaceship. Kettering recognized the man as Professor Helsingman, who vanished with an entire scientific expedition 5 years ago.
5 years.
The medical kit over in the tap. Will you get it for me, please?
He crawled out of that. Dad Gamer, they established earlier that what they thought was a spaceship was actually the discarded.
Will he live?
No, but he's going to, as long as science can make him.
They determined it was a discarded rocket booster.
Why did it leave him?
And they're saying he crawled out of it?
Bad engine. Would you buy it? He's got a bad heart. It's the same thing.
That parasite off his back. He'll die in a matter of hours. During that time, he'll make trouble, won't he? He'll be out of his mind.
He'll be a troublemaker.
Yes, we'll have to tie him up. Weiler, will you go get us a rope?
Came out of that cone. No doubt about that.
Yes, but was he in the cone to begin with? Or did he go into the cone?
Excellent questions here.
We might get something out of him yet. Every minute counts. Weiler, I want you to set up some detection equipment on top of the scaffolding next to
Because
the hatch.
Science Action Man here crawled all the way through it
I'll get right on it.
and didn't see a guy in it. What?
Where were you last night? We could have used you.
I don't know. I must have been out of the office.
Why'd
I
you
don't
take those two men
know.
off the roadblock?
Let's face it, Kettering. If somebody wanted to pass the roadblock, all they have to do is skirt it. There's plenty of woods on both sides of the highway. That's why I took them out.
Well, I want those two men that were stationed up there put down here at the foot of the scaffolding, okay?
I'm cooperating.
What? Okay, whoa! Bulging back there.
Your name is Helsing. You are a professor of biochemistry at Wallingsford University.
Your name is Elmer J. Fudd, millionaire.
The parasites. Where do they come from?
You own a mansion and a yacht.
You disappeared nearly 5 years ago. Where have you been all this time? You were given up for dead. Where is Dr. Cole, who vanished with you?
Kettering. He knows it's you, Kevin. Get him to talk. You've got to.
Helsingman.
I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna make the Rosebud reference. I won't do it.
What is the secret of the code?
Carboniferous.
Carboniferous.
Carboniferous. Carboniferous age.
What's Carboniferous age?
200 million years ago, the coal and oil forming period began. Geologists refer to it as the Carboniferous age. It was the age of insects. Giant dragonflies, 2 feet in wingspread. All kinds of insects, mammoth in size.
You mean the parasites come from the Earth? They've survived in the Earth all this time?
Death. Oh, death.
It's not a spaceship. It's from below.
He's dead, Jim.
Put me
Yeah.
through to the governor's office in the state capitol.
Who shall I say is
Oh, so
calling?
that's why it's a spiral. It's a
Walter K.
drill.
Powers. Put me through.
Oh,
I'm sorry, sir,
okay.
the lines are busy.
Well, keep trying.
I'll keep trying, sir. Operator? I'm sorry, sir, that line's are busy.
The governor should have called hours ago. There's no doubt in his mind as to the urgency of my wire.
Are you sure it was sent?
Positive, that is. Hello, operator? Connect me with the telegraph office.
I'm sorry, sir, that line is busy.
Well, how about my call to the state capitol?
I'm sorry, sir, that line is busy.
There's something funny going on here. Hello, operator? Connect me with the water commissioner's
And
office.
turn off that record player.
Sorry, sir, that line is busy.
Somebody playing
All right,
Wagner
operator,
while we're
thank you.
trying to get things done.
Well, that does it. They've got communications tied up.
While Powers and Walker went to the radio station in an attempt to broadcast an alarm to the state
Yeah,
capitol,
we need narration here.
Kettering and I stopped at the telegraph office to find out if the governor had sent a reply to Powers' urgent message. The place was dark. Seemed as though it was closed for the night. But Kettering noticed figures moving about inside. The telegrapher
Strange
appeared at
figures,
the door.
weird figures.
Kettering asked him about the telegram Powers was expecting from the governor. The telegrapher was angry, his answer abrupt and negative. Kettering demanded an explanation, but was attacked instead.
Oh, oh, there you go. Yeah, drive away, drive away.
Are you all set?
It stinks.
This is
I'm
Walter
trying
K.
not to
Powers
make
in Riverdale.
Mystery Science Theater
This
references,
message
but
is directed to anyone outside the Riverdale area who can hear my voice. I repeat, this message is directed to anyone outside the Riverdale area.
This is giving me asthma.
I'll go up and check the recording device I set up by the hatch to see if anything's been up there. You two stay down here and map out a plan for searching the tunnel.
I don't know if I'd be of much help.
I never met a man who thought so little of his own abilities.
What?
Hi. Has anyone been up near the hatch since you two boys have been on duty?
Not a soul, sir. Why? Do you want one of us stationed up there?
No, I was just checking. We have equipment up there to detect any movement around the hatch.
No one's been up there, sir. You can be sure of that.
Don't look in my butt. That's a Mystery Science Theater reference. I'm sorry. Okay, we've got 4 people watching on Twitch. Hello, everybody. Please say hello. Introduce yourself. Let me know how you found us. We're streaming on Twitch, DLive, Periscope, Facebook, and also Picarto and Tiger Dial, and many other things. I need to. Whoa! It's a good thing he didn't catch that bar on his chin, break his neck.
What's wrong? What are you shooting at us for?
They've got the high ground. Oh my god, he has a gun. Yeah, we all have guns. We're scientists. We all have guns. Yeah, just keep firing.
What is it? What happened? What did you kill him for?
Look.
parasite. They're still alive.
Wow.
We better reload. We're going inside the cone right now.
We go inside the cone. But he's been in there. There's nothing in there. This guy went all the way through the cone. He said the tube just went around and around and came back out where he started. He's done this. If they find something else in there now, I'm calling BS.
Where's Kettering and young Campbell?
Went inside the cone.
What? Yeah, everybody just look up.
Come in, gentlemen.
Oh, now see.
Choice.
I'm calling BS.
Oh, there's no doubt. You're Professor Cool.
I was Professor Cole. What do you mean?
Cool,
You
Professor
were?
Cool.
Now I hold a position of a much higher order.
What is going on?
The others. No will of your own.
I'm Professor Cole the White.
You take your orders from that thing on your
None
back.
shall
There's
bang.
nothing on my back. That's what it tells you.
There's nothing on my back.
And these glass pillars. There's nothing in them, I suppose.
You speak directly to me. We are in complete harmony. We are inseparable. There is no conflict of purpose here as there is among mankind. We will not engage in combat. No violence of any kind. Why should we? When we can scatter quietly like seeds in the wind.
You mean spread like a disease, like some vile plague from the corruptions of the earth.
Our social order is pure, innocent. It has the exactitude of mathematics. We shall force upon man a life free from strife and turmoil. Ironic that man should obtain
Chris
his
says,
long-sought utopia
I'm not high enough for
as a
this.
gift, rather than as something earned.
Speak in riddles.
How many more are there in your world?
We that you see here are the founders. Though few in number, we shall organize man to aid us in bringing the others to the surface.
Subscribe now and get the Founders Pack,
But we have learned patience in 200 million years.
which includes
We are not so
all the
much
current
just-
Fortnite skins.
We've reached the end of our patience. Your flesh and blood. Drop him. I say drop him. Gary! The leeches! Let's get out of here!
Yeah, crawl back into that confined space. Okay, they lost me. Whatever goodwill this movie had, I lost it.
Fire everyone! Up in the ravine, fast!
Yeah, run! Everybody run! Clutching that little tree. Hi, who's watching? Everybody please say hello. Let us know,
Waiting for.
let us know how you found us, how you got here.
We need the time. Glenn, I've got an idea. You think
We'll
you
be
can
here
salvage that
for the
power
next,
truck we saw stopped on the highway?
For the next 11 hours or so, a 12-movie
You think you
marathon.
can manage it alone? We've got to stay here and keep an eye on the cone.
We'll be watching 8 bad
do my
movies in total. Raising money for 50th Street Studio. We're at $75 now. We have a goal of 2,000. We certainly won't reach 2,000 today, but that's our goal,
It's a harpoon gun, more or less. Air pressure type.
more or less.
Power company uses it to get their lines over difficult terrains.
What? You got that from the electric company?
Have they tried anything yet?
Not a sign of movement. Too quiet. They're setting up something.
So everybody's just laying on the ground in their suits.
Glenn, I'm going down the other end of the ravine. When I give you the signal, you fire the gun. And keep everybody clear of this cable. And when I get over the other side, you secure the end of this cable onto the end of that heavy electrical cable you saw in the back of the truck, okay?
Wait, what?
Kettering reached a point directly on the opposite side of the ravine and signaled for me to fire the harpoon gun. The next step was to tie his end of the wire to a tree.
You know, we need a narrator for this. Yeah, tie that string to a tree and look desperate while you're doing it.
Followed his instructions, nevertheless. I made doubly sure that my end of the wire was firmly tied to the heavy electrical cable from the power truck. Then I signaled back to Kettering, and he started to pull the wire on his side. The electrical cable moved out over the ravine until it was strung but an inch or two away from the cone.
This is just dumb.
What is all this, Kettering? What's your plan?
You see those lines on top of that high-tension tower?
What about them?
Those lines carry anywhere from 60 to 80,000 volts. They'd like nothing better than an easy path to ground. If it did, you'd see some pretty fancy fireworks. The kind that kills.
You're gonna feed the current in that cone.
Sounds good. There's just one thing.
We're gonna electrocute that wizard.
Who's going up there and splice that cable onto it? Suicide, plain and simple. No. I'm against it.
He's right, Kettering.
Whatever it
I'm
is,
not going up there, I can tell you
I'm
that.
against it.
And we're not going to let you do it either.
Nobody has to go up there.
What do you mean?
This'll do it for us. We'll shoot the other end of the cable up there. All right, everybody, back behind the power truck.
Kettering, do you want me to stay on? Just say the word.
Look at the stance of this guy.
No, but I intend to, just the same.
Kettering!
Look!
Oh, it's Janet. Okay, suddenly I'm invested in this movie again.
Paul, you must listen to me. What I have to say means everything to me.
Was she in there?
Alice, whatever you have to say, it's not of your own making.
No, Paul, you're wrong. I know what you're thinking, but you're wrong.
Alice, you must come down. There's no time left.
There is time, Paul. You can give it to us.
Say it. Go ahead.
Listen and believe. If Peaceville means fail, they'll be compelled to use force. Do you understand?
Alice, will you come with me? I make you this solemn promise. If it takes me the rest of my life, I'll find a way of freeing you. I believe in that so strongly, I know I won't fail.
Never.
Did he just propose?
How could I ever think that I loved you?
Oh. Whoa! Shoot him! Oh! She actually fired. What was that?
It's murder. He's as good as dead.
It's murder, he says.
Fire the gun. I can't. Now you listen to me. Either fire that gun or give it to me. Fire the gun!
Oh, ouch. Owie, owie. Whoa.
Nothing could have lived through that.
You have to make sure.
Let's get at it.
Wait a minute, isn't the electricity still going?
They're all dead, every last one of them.
No, there's still some people in town.
I'll attend to that. Watch my dust. We'll get them. Or you don't
Watch
know
my
all
dust.
escape powers.
Walter K. Powers.
Yeah, Wilder. We've still
Walter
got a
K.
job.
Powers actually
Come on.
crawled all the way through that tube. He actually. Yeah, Godzilla could have lived through that. Yeah. Hey, Mike. Good morning. Aliens always forget about Godzilla. The alien invaders, they always forget about Godzilla. Wait, is it gonna end here? The orchestra says so, yeah. The end. So Janet's dead? No! Wow, the orchestra wouldn't let go of that last note. Yeah, they were determined to carry on that last note till we couldn't stand it anymore. Yeah, bad movie. Really bad movie. Coming up next at 10:30, we'll have The Wizard of Mars. Speaking of bad movies. You know, all the way through that movie, I was thinking Miguel Ferrer too. I was also thinking of Miguel Ferrer. Yeah, he had the hairline, the widow's peak hairline. He had the nose, the profile, and he was striking that awesome stance there at the end. I don't know if you saw that, Mike. That guy had the most awesome action stance I think I've ever seen in one of these bad movies. Yeah, Mike, at the studio we showed Jose Ferrer's Cyrano de Bergerac film from 1950. It was a killer film. Yeah, he just destroyed that role. It was a great film. Carissa might have been there. Carissa, did you see that? Were you there for that? I know there were some vendors there, and we all agreed that he just slayed that role. Anyway, that was our first movie. The Brain Eaters. It was appropriately bad. We are raising money for 50th Street Studio. We've got about 15 minutes till the start of the next movie, which is Wizard of Mars. Wizard of Mars is a movie that I saw when I was very tiny. I must have seen it on television. And it was one of those things that there were visuals from that movie that I carried with me all through my childhood. Then I dreamed them. I dreamed them, and then and I didn't know where these images came from. And then when the Sci-Fi Channel started back in 1990 or 91. When that show first started, they were showing every bit of science fiction that they could get their hands on, and one of which was Wizard of Mars. And they made a big deal out of it. They said that Wizard of Mars was a movie that nobody showed anymore. That's why they were able to get a hold of it, because nobody wanted it. And so I started watching it. I lost interest in it. I came in and out of the room. And then at the end of the film, when the end of the film came, I was like, oh my God, this imagery here, I've been dreaming my whole life. I must have seen it when I was super tiny on TV. But it's a truly awful, unwatchable movie, but we're going to watch it. And right at the end, there's some really interesting imagery, and that's it. That's all it's got going for it. Well, we'll start that at 10:30. I need to take a bathroom break. I need to get something to drink.